Hey everyone, it's Callum Graham, and today I'm going to show you how to play my new song dedicated to Antoine Dufour, who produced my latest album, who is an amazing guitarist and musician and an inspiration in so many ways. If you don't know who he is, do yourself a favor and check him out now, especially his latest album, Back and Forth. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play the song that I wrote for Antoine, and I also made a tab for it, and I would highly suggest picking up that tab at this link below. That will have a little more detail on some of the fingerings and all that stuff, which I won't be going through in the video. I'm just going to kind of explain how to play most of the song. But yeah, if you really want to get in the know of how to play it exactly like I do on the recording, I would suggest checking that out on my website, grabbing the tab, coming back to this video, grabbing your guitar, and then let's get to it. Alright, so once you've got the tab, and once you've got your guitar in hand, let's get started. So the tuning is actually the same as Antoine's song, The Drive Within, which inspired this song. It's kind of like an open A from the 5th string with a D in the bass. So from standard tuning, you're going to tune from E, a full step down to D. Your 5th string is going to remain the same, A. Your 4th string is going to go down a half step from D to C sharp. Your 3rd string is going to go down 2.5 steps to D. Your 2nd string will go down a full step to A, and your 1st string E will remain the same. So the song kind of starts with this kind of percussive intro, not quite as epic as In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, but something along those lines. And it starts like this. And that is achieved by first putting your fingers one at a time just onto the strings with your left hand, and then doing a hit just above the sound hole with the heel of your right hand. So step 1, 2. Now step 3, you're going to tap with your index finger of your left hand, and then you're going to pull off. This is something I learned from the late great Michael Hedges, a left hand kind of pull off strum. So step 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be the pull off. So try that. Now after that, we're going to have our right hand hit the strings, and our thumb is going to rest on the 6th string while our index finger kind of does this strum. So see if you can do that. It's just like dropping your hand and you get this tap while you do a strum. So it goes like this. So try that out. Then after that, it's going to be, you're going to have this again. And then you're going to pop the 5th string with your thumb. So again, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pop is going to be 8. So try those steps, rewind this video if you need to. So those are the first 8 steps, again slowly. And once you've got that, you're going to have 1, 2, 3. So you're going to have tap, or like a hammer on, pull off, and then tap. Followed by another tap strum. So and then you have the same thing where you go so. And after that second pop, you're going to change the rhythm to go in groups of 3. You're going to go, and that is achieved by going first with the strum. So it's going to be tap with the right, and then tap with the left and pull off. And then you're going to pop again. Try that. So it's strum, tap, pull off, pop, tap, pull off, pop, tap, pull off. And then for the last note, your pinky is going to hover just over the 5th fret, and you're going to do a strum, kind of that tap strum I showed you earlier. So that last part's going to go. So just try that last part, the groups of 3. So again, it's starting with a tap, tap with the left hand, pull off, pop. Again. So that's that whole second part. So the right hand is just slap, tap, pop, pop, slap, tap, pop, pop, and then strum. And with the left hand, it's going to be after every note you play here. So check it out. So give that a shot. Again, slowly. Once more, super slow. So if you're having a hard time with it still, I would separate parts 1 and 2 and make sure you've got those, and then slowly put it together. One more time. And there it is, the Phil Collins guitar drum intro. And after that, we're gonna have the first section of A, which is on the tab, bar 1, and that's gonna be an upstroke. I use either my index finger or ring finger for that. Whatever you like will work. All right, so let's move on to the notes now. We start the song with this D chord on an upstroke. So we have that whole intro. So at the beginning of section A, there's our first chord. And then we're going to have that slap tap again with the right hand. So we're going to rest, tap the 6th string, and strum with our index. And it's going to go. And then pull off with your left hand, your index finger. And then after that, play your thumb. And now you're going to have your left hand do a hammer-on back on 1st fret, and then off again and on again. So this is going to be kind of a thing that you want to get used to, is your left hand initiating that hammer-on pull-off without any right hand involvement. So from the very beginning. So after that hammer-on, we're going to do a pull-off, hammer-on again, and then do another tap, just like we did. So try that. Then we're going to slide it up 2 frets and play the 4th fret on the 1st string. So here is bar number 1 of the first section A. Now after that, we're going to have bass note and that tap strum, followed by pull off with the left hand. So try that. And then we're going to have another bass note and then another left hand initiated hammer-on, pull off, and hammer-on again. So try that. And then we're going to do another tap strum and move our third finger up to the 5th fret. So the second bar sounds like this. Now here's bar 1 and 2 together. So if you've got that, we'll move on to bar number 3. We're going to put our first finger down on the 4th fret and do another tap strum after that. Pulling off on the 5th fret now. And then another bass note. And then a left hand initiated hammer-on the 5th fret, pull off, and hammer-on again. So it's going, starting on bar 3. Another tap strum, and then open. We're going to release our third finger to play the E open. So here are the first 3 bars of section A. Bar 4, we're going to slide up to the 7th fret, tap strum with our finger on the 8th fret here. So it's kind of following the same pattern as before. So we've got the bass note, tap strum, pull off, bass note, left hand initiated hammer on, pull off, hammer on, and then another tap strum. So that's kind of the pattern. If you follow that in the first 3 bars, then it'll be easy for the rest of the song because that repeats. And then we've got this new chord here. First finger is going to go to the 9th fret, and then we're going to have strings 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitting the 12th fret harmonic, and an open D in the bass. And that's going to be another up strum, just like the first chord of the song. So let's just go up to there from the very beginning of section A, bar 1. That shows you a little bit of that pattern that's happening first. And now with this new chord, we're going to follow with the tap, 12th fret harmonic on the 4th string, 1st string, and then you can use your 4th or 3rd finger to play the 7th fret. And then you're going to put your 2nd finger here on the 7th fret of the 4th string. And then it's going to be this one actually you pluck with your index, and then it's going to be a pluck, tap, slap, followed by a left hand pull off. So after that chord it'll sound like this. And then it's going to be a bass note after that, and hammer on with the left hand. And then you kind of have this chord here. You're just going to slide it down to the 3rd and 4th fret of strings 1 and 4, and then slide that up to the 5th fret. So from the chord again, at the end of bar 4, are both plucked. So try it again from there. first finger is going to come in after that to the 4th fret of the 6th string. And then from there, you're going to continue that pattern like we're doing before, plucking this time with the index, and then a tap strum. So it's, try that. And then same thing as before, left hand. So here is bar 7. Then you're going to slide up to the 7th fret once again. And then we're going to end with a harmonic on the 3rd string at the 12th fret. So let's just recap on everything we've done so far. Let's go back to the very beginning, to bar 1 of section A. I think I may have added a couple notes in at the extra. I may have added a couple notes in at the beginning there. So yeah, if I do that, just refer to the tab. Sometimes when I play things for a while, I change it up a little bit. So let's do that again from the beginning, just a little bit faster. Now we come to a new chord here on the 5th fret of the 6th string. We're going to try and keep this note ringing out as much as we can, which will be difficult because we're going to be playing stuff on the 2 strings around that. So really see if you can to get that note to ring out as we play. We're going to play our 6th fret of the 4th string and 5th fret of the 2nd string, but before we do that, we're going to go tap, up, down. Now this is kind of a thing I learned from Antoine Dufour, and that's by tapping and doing an up, down with the thumb, and that'll be come up again. That will come up again through the song, and so yeah, get to know that. Try that. So from there, and then we're going to slide that 2nd finger up to the 9th fret, and now we're going to put our 1st finger on the 9th fret here and the 10th of the 4th string. Same thing, the tap up down with the thumb, then another note on the 10th fret. Then we're going to pluck these 3 harmonics. I use my 1st, 2nd, and 3rd finger. That's all the 12th fret. So let's just recap that last bar from the 12th fret harmonic. Tap, up, down, tap, slide, tap, open E. Try that again. this part to sustain, so. And now after that, we're gonna have kind of a partial bar with our first finger here on the 7th fret of the 6th and 5th string. It's gonna go tap, up, down. Then we're gonna pluck. So it's gonna be a little hammer on. Now there, we're gonna have you can do this a couple of ways if you like. It's kind of the same note here. So what I did is I went, you can play that with your index finger like I did, or you can play it, you can tap on the 5th string and do an upstroke with the thumb if that's easier for you. So again, here we are from the 2nd last bar of page 1. Then you want to play that with your thumb. So here we are. I just noticed on the tab that there are no bar numbers. So awesome. I will just call them out, I guess, by the page number and the bar that we're at. So here we are, 2nd last bar of page 1. And then we've got 10th fret with our 2nd finger. And then we're going to tap. We're just doing a pull off to the 9th fret and then a tap with the right hand. And then a 12th fret harmonic on the 2nd string. And then after that, you're going to play an open A. So. So 2 times in a row. Try that. And then after that, we're going to play. So after the one we play an open A, then an open D after the next one. So check it out. Try that. So let's try the last 2 bars of page 1 together. So there you have page 1. Let's go back to the intro and just recap on that before we go to page 2. So here we go, very slowly from the top. Harmonic. Bar. Let's do that again, just a little bit faster from the top. full speed with the drum intro if you like. And there you have it. There's page 1. So let's go to page number 2. At the very top, we're going to go back to that same bass note that we did. And the same kind of chord shape that we had beneath it. So that bar is identical to the one before. Now when we get here, we're going to use our first finger and second finger of our right hand to pluck the 12th fret of the second and third string, tap on the 6th string, open first string, and then a harmonic on the 12th fret. So again, let's go to the first bar of page 2. Play those at the same time. It's going to be your last 2 notes. That's kind of where the melody is, so you want to make sure that really stands out. And try with the tap between. So here's bar 1 and 2, page 2. Back to this 7th fret partial bar. Then we're going to have our second finger come down to the 8th fret here. Then we're going to pluck those 2 and do a hammer-on with the left hand to the 9th fret. Then pluck it again with the index finger. Down arrow, which you could strum, or I just use my thumb, index, and middle really quickly, kind of an arpeggio. And then it's going to be, your pinky is going to go on the 10th fret here, and it's going to hammer on quickly and pull off quickly. And then pull off back to where we started. So from there we come up to the second A section, which is basically identical to the first. There's only one slight nuance. So let's go from there. This is the new part. So what we do there is we're going to go from this chord here, the upstroke. We're going to do that tap up down. Then we're going to go with our second finger. Tap on the 5th string with our thumb. And then our pinky's going to reach the 12th fret of the 2nd string, just like we did that part before. So that's kind of the new nuance part. So from here again. And let's move on from there. This. And now we're at the exact same part as we were before. So page, that open string. Now we have this part. Same as before with the tap in between. Now I wrote the X on the 6th string. You can do that or just tap on the 4th and play the harmonic after. It's up to you. So I guess that's what I do, but I wrote the tap on the 6th there. But yeah, do whatever suits you. And then we're gonna go on to the next part, which is gonna be identical to what we did before. So really A1 and A2 is the same section, we just have that one little slight nuance in there. And from there, let's go on from the top of page 3 into section B. So we have after that, it's going to be a really short chord. So that whole part, just a little bit sped up, if you're curious to hear how it sounds, goes like this. Page. So that's what it's like sped up. Now section B, we're going to start with our pinky, a little pull off to the 7th and back with the tap after, and a up with the thumb after, and a down with the thumb. Try that. You're going to have a 5th fret harmonic on the 3rd string with your 1st finger, followed by harmonic on the 4th string and the 5th. So now we're just going to have notes in between those harmonics. It's going to go like this. So we're going to have up, down, harmonic, and then we're going to play the thumb again, play the next harmonic, do a tap, 5th fret harmonic, and then open. So just try that. And it's tricky to hit that last one. Have to point your finger. Sometimes I don't get it to ring out, but if you point your finger, it's a little bit easier. Then from there, the next bar of the B section, tap, so same like before. Reach over for a pinch harmonic with our index finger of our right hand going over the 12th fret and our thumb plucking behind it. Or your pinky if it's easier, it's up to you. Everybody's hands are different. So it's going to be and I kind of go, I kind of do that tap over here, but it's up to you. Whatever works for you. And then I'm gonna go so. And it's gonna go. So we have a lot of these. So really you want to pay attention to the bass line there. And we're going to have so from here it's going to go, and you can tap on the 6th string and move down, or go tap on the 5th string and play the 5th fret harmonic. Same one on the 3rd string, 2nd string, 7th fret, and then 14th fret here. So try that. So try from the start of B up until where we stop. I forgot the one tap in there. Let's try that again. Then from there, I play that with my 3rd finger, the 14th fret. I'm going to put my 1st finger on the 12th fret, play that with my thumb, and then I'm going to do a ghost note here. It's almost like you're hitting the harmonic, but not quite. And then I play the 13th fret with my 2nd finger on the 4th string. I'm going to have a pinch harmonic on the fret here. I've made a little marker with a Sharpie. This is way up on the 24th fret, and you might need to do some target practice with your pinch harmonics to find where it is on your guitar. Or you can make a little point with a marker like I did, a little Sharpie, and see where all the harmonics are. So we're going to go, and I believe I play that going, I'm going to go the melody note with my 3rd finger, and then ghost note with my index. Then I'm going to reach down to pluck with my thumb and hover over the 24th fret with my index. So try that. So melody, bass, ghost note, middle finger, pluck harmonic. So let's go from the start of the B section up to there. So now we're going to have this chord kind of going down. So this is kind of identical to the first chord that we did way at the beginning. It's just up an octave. And you can kind of go through all the chords if you want. Minor, major, major, minor, minor, kind of like Blackbird. Those are all the chords here, and I'm going basically from the 1 major to the major 7th to the minor. So in that I'm going. So from the last part that we did, I'm going to go back 2 frets with my 3rd finger to the 12th fret, and then to the 11th fret with my 1st finger, ghost note, 12th fret, 24th harmonic, the same as before, and then to the 10th fret, and then to the 9th fret with the 1st finger. So all in all, it sounds like this. And after that, we're going to have this percussive tap and a little kind of arpeggio chord, followed by pull off, tap, and a harmonica on the 12th fret. So it's going to be and then we're going to have, just like we did before, so let's just go that far from the beginning of the B section. Thing. So now, once we get here, we're going to continue going down, descending in the scale. So we're going to do that same chord shape that we had here. Exact same harmonic after that. So and then we're going to go to the 9th fret, and then we're going to go up one string from where we normally do to the 3rd string, 24th fret. So try that. Land on the 7th fret. So try that nice and slow. And once we arrive there on the 5th fret, it's going to be a tap, up, down. So we're going to have going to go just like we did that ghost note. We're going to have it here, up, down, followed by a tap and up, down again with the thumb. And that repeats, so try that. From the second last bar of page 3, the B section, so all the way up to there so far, from the start of B. Not from the start of B, but from that second part above. And from there, I wanted to show you the last part before going all the way back to the B. So sorry again for the confusion there. So and we're going to go. So this is another chord. Again, just going down. So again, to go through all the chords, if you want to just get the left hand solid, just focus on these chords. And if you want, you can even do the next one. and the first one, or last one of this sequence. And now you can play Blackbird. There you have it. A mini lesson for Blackbird in open A tuning as well. There you have it. Didn't expect that to happen. Anyways, back to the song we were working on. We have this last part here, and then so just before we go on to the next chord, let's revise what we have so far, starting from the start of the B section this time, the actual start. I meant to say slip and swipe at the same time. We're going to swip to the next page here. And we're going to go down, as I said, to the next chord. So that's going to be... And then we're going to have... You can do that as a nice big arpeggiated strum. So from the first bar of page 4. Again, that tap up with the thumb. So that's going to happen a lot through the tap up. So that's kind of the right hand part that's happening throughout all of this. So again, just from the last part of page 3, going from swip to the next page, and then tap up. And it just shows the open and then the strum after, so you can really take your time on that strum. And it's going to be a strum after the... So it's kind of like a roll going triplet strum. Not a triplet, but kind of arpeggiating into that chord. And then it's going to go with our pinky, 3, 2, open. So from... It's going to be quick. So try that from the first page, or sorry, first part of page 4. Slide up. I kind of slide up this bar up here. And then same as before. So from the very top of page 4. Oh, and there's a percussive tap I forgot there, but you can add it or leave it. Once again, I didn't play it that well. Let's try it once more. So from here. So that's going to happen quick. So there you have it. From there, we're just going to recap before we go on to the next section. Just make sure we have all that. So here we are from the top of B on page 3. Swip to the next page. And there you have section B. And I just want to say now probably is a good time. There might be slight differences from the recording to the tab to what I'm playing. You know, sometimes from when I recorded it to, you know, now when I'm doing this tutorial, I make slight little variations. So if that happens, you know, don't worry. Just follow along to whatever you like. And yeah, take your pick. So here we go. We've got section C now. We're going to go with our second finger onto the 4th fret. And so we're going to start with this bass line idea. It's going to be kind of you're actually, you can either play with your right hand or hammer it all on if you like. I do a tap and then an up stroke with the thumb and hammer on again. So then you're going to have harmonics 4th string, 3rd and 2nd on the 12th fret. Then it's going to be up 1 fret. So try that. And then we're going to go up to the 7th fret. And I do a hammer on with the left hand and pluck with the right hand at the same time. So try that. Nice and slow. And after that, it's going to be a percussive tap, up, sorry, an up if you're playing an open string, then hammering on. And you're going to have, that's going to be the melody. So, and then it's going to be a hammer on, tap, up, hammer on. So again. It's going to be a repeat of the first bar of C. And the second bar. And the start of the third bar. And the 4th bar. But now it's going to change. So now we're going to go to the 19th fret of the 3rd string and do a hammer on. Together, and then down 1 string, then over to the 24th fret, and we're going to move up or slide with, so try that, slide, and then it's going to be up one more string and up two more strings with the left hand. So it's going to be, and then finally, so the harmonics here while the bass is going. So see if you can try that. Oops, so. Oh, sorry, to avoid confusing you there, let's go just back a little bit from the, let's say, the fourth last bar of page 4. And then you're going to play at the same time. Slide, slide, pluck. So it's going to be the second last bar. You're going to play it together, remember? So, ooh. And then also the last bar of page 4 you're going to play together on. And that can be, it's harder to hear when we're playing at a slow speed when you're sliding. You can hear it better at a fast speed like that, but going, sometimes you kind of lose the power by the time you get there. But once we have it up to speed, that'll be fine. So it'll be, let's just try the second last bar again here, starting. On that note, I should just say, if you notice sometimes, like if I'm playing back parts and it's not exactly what's written or what's recorded, there might be some slight little differences here and there, and I apologize for that. You know, sometimes there are little things, you know, that I do in the studio that, you know, I kind of forget what I did when I wrote the tab, and now that I've been playing the song for a little bit, you know, sometimes I play it differently. So again, I apologize if there's any differences at all with that, and I'm a little bit tired as I'm doing this too, so but I'll do my best to do it exactly as it was recorded. So let's go back to the start of C and go to the end of page 4, nice and slow. Slide, slide. Now we're gonna swipe over to the next page, or swip, as I say. Then we're gonna pluck the harmonic here on the 12th fret and hammer on at the same time. Then tap. The rest of it, you're just doing that tap and up, down, holding that note. So once again, let's go to C and go a little faster. And now from there, we are on section B once again. Just like before. Like before. this time, instead of going down like we did, we're going to go up to the chord we had before. So that's at the very end of page 5, the last bar. Now switch to the next page, and then up to that chord again. 24th fret harmonic, 9th fret, and then we're going to go back to the 5th fret here with our index. We're going to reach way up, stretch to the 10th fret. You're going to hate me for that. And now slide both of those up 2 frets. And then finally, you can have some relief with this chord. And that's open, 9th fret, 8th fret, open, open, and the 10th with your pinky. I'm playing that with my 2nd and 1st. Again, all of the fingerings are written just beside the notes there, as you can see on the tab. So let's just go into that from, let's recap actually and go through the C section into the B and to that new chord that we just learned. So actually, you know what? Maybe this is a good time to go back to the beginning of the song and just recap up until there, because this is kind of a new section after this. So why don't we do that? So go way back to the very first page and let's go from there, from the very beginning. Here we go. Flip. And repeat section A, or an upstroke. Page. Section B. many mistakes on my part, and let's move on from there. So that brings us to the next section, D, where we have this chord, and it's going to be a strumming technique. You can just go down, up, with your first finger, your index. That would be the easiest way. Or if you want, you can do all the up strums with your thumb like I do. So, first one, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Try that. So now we're going to change chords with the left hand. We're going to go from our 9th fret on the 5th string to the 10th. So it's going to go this chord here to this chord here. I'll just show you the left hand. And then it's going to go back to the 9th fret. And then you're going to switch to that 10th again, and your second finger is going to go down to the 9th fret. So these are the 3 chords you have. And so now we're going to keep the right hand strumming pattern, but the chords are going to change. So check out how that works. Switch. Back to the first, now the 3rd chord, back to the first, and I wrote in there raschiato. It's kind of and how I do that, I guess I'm kind of doing a slight arpeggio. It's like a really quick 1, 2, 3 strum. You can try that, and it's just kind of like a ghost note here. So try that, or really slow. So that's going to be right when we switch chords after 4 bars, so check it out. Second chord, first chord, 3rd chord. So while we switch back to that first chord, we're going to do that into that. I wasn't really sure how to write that on the tab. It's a really quick tick. So I thought I would just save the trouble of figuring it out and show you on the tutorial. So there it is. So there it is. Practice that, and then try adding it in. Try that. So we're going to go back to chord number 1, chord number 2, chord number 1, chord number 3, and then kind of that roll. And then repeat. And I also have it there too. On the last ones, as you can see, there's a raschiato on the other ones once we introduce it. So once we have bar 4 of section D, now bar 5 of section D. There too. So it's going to be before all those changes. You can do it as much or as little as you want. You don't have to do it at all if you want to leave it out. It's fine just to do all this part too. Strumming up and down with your first finger will work fine. I'll show you how that sounds. here it sounds fine doing it that way, the basic way, or if you want to do a little more advanced, you can step it up with the kind of that Resciato arpeggio. So try that out. We'll try the more advanced version. I think I added in a few extra ones there, but don't worry. So I think that's everything on that page. Maybe I should just show you to make sure all the chord changes are going to be. I wrote the melody note, you can see 10 there on the tab twice, just showing you where the upstroke is as well. Up, 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 up. Now the last two we have, we're gonna have another big stretch here up to the 12th fret. So. Flip to the next page, page number 7. We're gonna have a big upstroke, just like we had at the very beginning of the song here, just up an octave. So here we go. Not like the first one I did, the 24th fret, but on the 2nd string here. Followed by a tap. Then back to the 12th fret here. You can also move your 2nd finger. So again, it's going to be. You're going to play that note. Tap, up, down with the thumb. Pinch harmonic, tap, down to the 10th fret. We're gonna have kind of that ghost note thing. And down to the 7th fret. Now we're gonna put our, so it's gonna be that whole part. From there, we're going to put our 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string, and we're going to go. So we're just climbing back up from here. To the very first one where we started. So again, it's going to be from there, bar 4 of page 7. Again, you can either do all with your index finger or up and down. Part. You can add the tap if you want to, if it helps you kind of keep the groove. Either way will do. And we're back on that chord. tap, upstroke with the thumb down, just like before. And now from here we're gonna kind of do that slight bar again, so we cover the 5th fret of the 5th and 6th strings. We've got down, up, down, again. And from there it's going to be a final tap. So from you're doing a, I didn't explain it that well before, but down, up, slide, and then up again. And then down, up, and then. So actually on the slide there isn't a downstroke. I wrote it in there, but you can take it out, or I'll delete it on the tab from now on. Yeah, I think it's because that pattern you can keep going the whole time. So I think that's why I kept it in. Like that. So hopefully I didn't confuse you there, but it's just basically going down, up, and up again. So you're going to do an up, slide, up. So up, slide, up. So that's kind of the idea. And from there, we're going to flip over to page 8, and we're going to go, we're going to have a new pattern the second time around. We're going to go, so that's going to be the right hand part. And again, it's just like I showed you before, kind of that Resciato and that strumming part. It's the same idea here. We're just going to go on the strings 6, 5, and 4, and then a strum on the bottom 3 strings. So it's going to be, and now the chords, once you have that down, you're going to try with your left hand. And then it's going to be, on the tab I have, and you can either do that with your first, or I guess if your second finger, but that's going to be a harmonic on the final note, so it's going to be, so it's kind of like these chords are going up, but I'm not really playing them, it's going, and then it's kind of ghost notes. But if you want, you can play them. All the way up, if that helps you. Or you can just go. So that whole part, let's go from maybe the part where we do the up strum, and then we'll do the entire bridge section. So here we go. So let's go back to page number 6 and recap from section D. Rasguero. Remembered why I put the notation on the tab that I did, and so I just remembered that I went at the end of page 7 I do the, and then on the first bar of page 8 you can see 7 and 7 on the 5th and 6th string highlighted. So those are kind of ghost notes played there. Play the 8th note with your middle finger, and strum on the 9th there, and then you're going to do the same thing you just did, but you're going to kind of slide up to the 10th fret, and then you're going to go, or with whatever finger you like, or your 3rd, it's straighter with your pinky bit. So that whole part's going to be, kind of hover over to do the ghost notes here, and then, or even if you don't want to play that note here, you can go and just play the higher notes. Works too. It's just that pattern. So if you can get that with your right hand, it'll be easier when you introduce the left hand chords ascending. Or if you want to play that note. So there you have it. So let's just recap on that before moving back to section C. So back to page 6, here we go. A little faster. there. Don't really need it, just kind of need the first one. And once you get there, then basically the rest of the song you already know. It's just going to be a repeat of section C at the top of page 8. So let's go from there. We're going to go up to the 9th. Oop. Let me just see what I did here. And then we go again like we did before. And then from here it's going to be a harmonic this time. I'm just playing the a mistake on the tab there. You gotta change that. It looks like I'm on the 6th fret here. Apologize to anyone if that was on the tab there. I'll make sure to make note of that for the new tabs. It's actually 7, 8, open, 12 on the 2nd bar of page 9. So we have, so you're just moving that 2nd finger up. And then we have that final chord. And then at the very end of the song on the recording, I have kind of this fade out after that chord rings out for a little bit. It's kind of that's it. So it's kind of this, I'm just doing it all with my index finger up and down. So that's going to be, I guess, the 3rd last bar of the song. And then kind of a little tap. 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 And then you just slowly get quieter and fade out. So from the ending chord, it's going to be like this. That was a terrible fade out, but hopefully you can do one better than I do. But that's the idea, at least. So there's the song, basically. You now know all the parts. Now let's assemble it, go back to the beginning, and put it all together from the top. Here we go. Nice and slow. page there. And slide back to A. Next page. Section B. My bad. Try that again. That's better. And now we're on to section C. Flip the page. Section B. And next page. Section D. Forgot the rasgueros that time. But next page, 7, here we go. and so on and so forth. So that was pretty sloppy. I can actually say without a doubt the song is harder to play slower than it is fast. So if you're finding it difficult, don't give up, hang in there. It will actually get easier as you speed it up. So here we go, let's do just that, starting again from section A at the beginning. Next page. And repeat. Page turn. Section B. Page. Section C. Next page. B again. Next page. Now stretch. And section D. Raschiato. and C. Next page. Oh, sorry, not yet. I was looking at it. Can't play and read at the same time. Now flip the page. So, this chord with a harmonic if you like, or you can play it either way. So there it is. Congratulations, you guys. Good job on finishing Antoine 2-4. Let me know if you guys have questions, and thank you for checking this video out. And let me know maybe what you'd like to see in future tutorials so I can help you further. So thanks for checking this out, you guys. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hope to see you on the road. All right, take care.